probably like 3 months she was pregnant, my dad was like, I just want a child named Storm, and mum was like, no.
Okay.
No.
So he spent the next like 6 months.
He like convinced her to name me Storm.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Convo couch. Today we've got Storme Bauchop, actress and dancer. Thank you for coming on today.
No, thank you so much for having me.
I want to do acting.
I want to do acting. Well, it had been since like the start of year 12 where I sort of was like, I think I want to go into acting. And any parent would be concerned if their child was like, I think I'm going to go into acting because it's the most unstable career choice you could possibly imagine. And it took them a while to get used to it, but I think when you see your child happy, then it really pushes them to accept it. Okay. And now they're fantastic about it. They're so great. My mum just took me to London as my like 20th birthday present. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. So they're very supportive and they're like, go for it.
Now they are.
Okay.
Yes, now
and
they
it
are.
took you 1 year to convince them.
Yeah, it was about a year where it was like, this is really what I want to do. I worked 3 different jobs for a year to pay for everything. And yeah, they definitely had their doubts in the beginning, but now they're really good. I also like with film is that you can get multiple takes if you don't like it. If you like if you like make one mistake, like 25,000 people will see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can sort of just keep going and hope no one sees the best. Yeah, it's like that was meant to happen.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Oh, there's definitely been a few of them where I've been like, oh my God.
So the one that you did recently, it's based here in Sydney?
Yeah, so that was with it's called Be Street Smart, and it's an initiative for all the high school students. They had 25,000 people at Kudos Bank Arena, and they took 7 actors and were like, go improv a car crash. So, yeah, it was probably the most insane thing I've ever done because you're run out and because it's all improv, you all make it up on the spot. So I've sort of got like lines that we have to say and the rest of it's improv.
Okay, cool.
Which is very stressful, but it's probably the most fun I've ever had. Like, I was thrown off my motorbike, so like I had a compound fracture and they brought in all the like orthopedic surgeons to like check it out and like proper makeup artists to do it. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, cool.
We had like a bunch of medical staff there that actually had to do their job and come into the actual scenario.
Right.
But as we got to know them, we could sort of play around with what we said. So like, do you have any, like one of them would lean down into my mic and be like, do you have any other medical conditions? I could say like, oh, I've just had open heart surgery. And they have to be like, oh. And a few times, especially with my friends, they really caught some of the police officers off guard and they're like, well, what's the number? And they just sort of stuttered over the loudspeaker. But it was definitely, it was a very cool experience and a lot of fun.
All right. So was that like a stage play kind of thing, or like it was like a situational?
It was like a situation. Yeah. But it was acting. Which is
like
a weird
role play kind of thing.
Role play, yeah.
Okay, cool. So the people who are watching, like the high school kids, they know it's like a situational role play thing.
Yeah, I think they had 25 kids faint.
Wow.
Yeah, in this one. So it's pretty realistic. Like there's a lot of blood and a lot of fake, like they like hook up all the IV poles with blood like and attach them to us. So when like, and then like clips that you like undo. So then you've got this massive blood puddle there and...
Sheesh. Yeah. Wow, the things they would do to make sure high school kids just stay safe.
Yeah. But like it's about like if you change like one person's perspective on driving, then you can really save a lot of lives.
So how's Sydney treating you so far?
I love Sydney. Sydney is so much fun and so amazing that just like the opportunities here, but there's also a very special vibe about the place. Like, and even something as small as like I'm a dancer as well. And just like, it's such a cool city, especially the nightlife's a lot of fun.
And now you're living kind of by yourself as well, I guess.
Yeah, so I live with my grandparents.
Okay.
And they're just the most phenomenal people who like really just opened up their home and their hearts and just are so supportive of everything that I do and are giving me such great life advice. I come home and be like, this girl, right, she did this. And they'll be like, Storm, I think you're just overthinking it. And I'm like, Storm upstairs.
Wow, those jokes are coming out now. Sorry.
Go for it. But like they've definitely been, second family. Well, they are second family and I can't thank them enough for what they've done.
Okay.
Honestly, they're fantastic.
Okay,
Yeah.
so your family's kind of like everywhere in Australia.
Yeah, mainly in Sydney, Melbourne, and some parts of Dubbo in like rural New South Wales.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty convenient if you need to travel,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
It's like, I've got a place to
I've got
crash
a place-
here.
Yeah, I've got a place there and again. And then Perth if I'm, Perth if I'm bored.
Yeah, okay, perfect. You're bored. Wow, Perth, did you hear that?
No, Perth is great.
So how did your parents come up with that name? That's a pretty unique name.
I don't know. It was so like I always thought I was like born in a storm and like very like whimsical moment. No, my dad like convinced my mum from probably like 3 months she was pregnant. My dad was like, I just want a child named Storm, and mum was like, no.
Okay.
No.
So he spent the next like 6 months.
He like convinced her to name me Storm, but I've got an E on the end of my name,
Yeah.
which is another thing that's
Maybe it's a
interesting.
compromise. It's
Yeah,
like
I
your dad
think it's
wanted
a
Storm and your
compromise.
mom was like, all right, fine, Storm, but with an E.
Well, like, they gave me a normal middle name, which is Ella.
Okay.
And when I turned, like, 18, Mum was like, you can change it to Ella if you want to.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I might just keep my name, Mum. But,
So you like it?
oh, yeah, I love it.
Okay.
Apart from the storm jokes that I get a bit.
All right.
That I don't catch on to until, like, 5 minutes later.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Eventually you do.
Eventually
and
I
then,
do.
it's-
Well, like, you forget that, like, your name is, like, referenced to another thing. So it's like, oh, look, a storm is coming. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, me.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
What was the most original Storm joke you've heard?
Most original storm joke. Oh, they're all pretty basic. They're all pretty basic. It's more just like people haven't believed that's my name. So like going to like this place, they're like, what's your name and like your coffee? And I was like, Storm, and they're like, yeah, what's your real name? And I'm like, no, it's Storm. They're like, that's very funny, but like, and I was like, do you want to see my like ID?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've had that happen a few times where people are like, what's your, or people have thought it's my stage name
Yeah.
of me being really extra and being like, hi, I'm Storm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, but you like it as your like,
Yes, yeah,
original first name.
Yes.
Wow, and your mom's been like harboring that thought of like maybe you might change
Maybe
it for 18
I don't know
years.
what she thinks about that. She was sort of in a weird moment too, where I was like, oh, maybe because I don't know what they were thinking. I'm not
Okay.
sure why Mum let it happen. Well, I was either going to be Summer or Storm.
Yeah. Would you have preferred summer?
No,
Okay.
no,
Not at all. Wow, that was a quick no. With a very distinct
no, because
reaction.
I hate the hot weather.
Okay, so you actually don't like
No.
the season summer.
No,
Okay.
it's just like
I'm sure. Okay.
getting passionate about my name.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Storm with an E. I think that's a pretty unique name. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then the rest of your like siblings' names, are they like a compromise between your dad and your mom as well, or?
So it's actually Colour Weather City Month, and my mum's name is Fleur, which means flower in French.
Yeah.
My dad's name's Peter, which is pretty bland, but it's
Oops.
it's Storm, Indigo, Sienna, and April. So
Storm, sorry.
Storm, Indigo, Sienna, and April.
Okay, cool.
So it's Colour Weather City Month.
Yeah. Is there a reason for that? Or?
I think it just happened.
Okay.
And yeah.
They're just like naming
Naming
after
their kids.
cities and ones. And
Yeah, it just sort of
weather.
Yeah. I'm not sure why, because like there are a lot of Georges in my year, there are a lot of Olivias, there are a lot of like really generic names, and then they had a grandchild called, and they had me called Storm. Like it was a weird thing to name your child at that time, because it was like late 90s, so I don't know what they were thinking.
Okay, and you had this like backstory in your head that you were like born during the storm.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, very whimsical.
Yeah.
Did it actually happen?
No.
Okay.
I was born on the last day of winter though.
Ooh.
So like that's a cool coincidence where people are like, what's your name? And I'm like, Storm, and I was born on the last day of winter.
So that's how you introduced.
That's how I
yourself.
introduced, yeah. Or people are like, Storm, and they're like, what? And I'm like the weather.
Okay,
I did that
with an E.
With an E.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Do you usually have to add in that with an E part, or you just
If
tell
people
them?
write it, I
Yeah.
just normally say there's an E on the end. But like if it's like not a big thing, then I'm sort of like, yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't really matter.
Cool.
The E's silent. Unless people call me Stormy, which is like, you don't want to go there.
I just got a death stare from you, like literally.
No, like, because Kylie Jenner had a baby called Stormy.
Right.
So, like, I got called Stormy, like, a bit after that, because people saw the E and were like, oh, it's Stormy.
How is her baby's name spelled out?
I think it's Stormie.
M-I-E. Okay, so that's obviously a Stormy.
Yeah.
But yours is probably not obviously
Yeah.
a Stormy.
Stormy. Well, like, my nickname is, like, Red or, like, Stormer. never been Stormy.
Okay.
Which is like, you'd think it would be Stormy, but maybe because like you can't like scream Stormy to a child. You can only scream Storm.
Yeah, that's actually really awkward. It's like, Stormy, come here.
Stormy. Extended.
Weird, yeah.
Yeah, you can't yell Stormy at someone.
Okay. So your nickname is Red or
Red.
Stormer?
Stormer. Yeah.
Like, how do you spell that, Stormer? Like,
I think it's Storma.
A, yeah. Alright, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And why red?
Oh, because my hair.
Okay.
Look, my hair's red, but it's not my natural colour. It just sort of happened one day, and then it was like a joke between like everyone, and now it's sort of stayed red for like a good year. So then when I moved over here, everyone was like, oh, Storm or Red. So then it was just like red on all the Christmas cards. So I respond to either.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
So, like, if people yell out, like, red in the streets, you would...
I would turn around, yeah.
Oh, cool, okay.
Yeah, but that's more of like a I'm tired with my friends type of red, come here.
Okay.
This is more like, there's like the levels of, you know, like levels of like friendship, and like the really close friends are like, Red, get here now. It's that type of thing.
It's like, wow, it almost sounds like, you know, code red. Like,
Yeah, code red, code
get
red.
here now, it's
Code-
an emergency.
Code red. There's a storm outside.
Wow, you just did your own name jokes during like the one line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you into like Marvel?
Marvel?
Yeah, Marvel.
Oh, there's a Storm character, isn't there? I did like Dark Phoenix. That was a good
Ooh.
film. That was a really good film. Look, I haven't seen the Marvel films, so I can't really make judgment on it. But as long as they're new and bringing something exciting, like my friends, I've got friends who are really into the Marvel side of things. And, you know, as long as they're keeping the fans happy and they're making a profit, then there's nothing more that, like, you can do, I guess.
do you have a favorite film? Or like your top 3?
My top 3 films. I love Devil Wears Prada.
Ooh.
Short Term 12, I like. And a new film... Look, I'm really into documentaries. Like, at 2 a.m. in the morning, like, watching, like, documentaries that totally freak me out. And then I, like, change my whole lifestyle the next day. Like,
Wow.
like, health documentaries at the moment are just, like, my thing. I've watched so many.
Okay. All right, that was unexpected, but sure.
Yeah.
So what is your most surprising, I guess, learning from the documentaries you've been watching so far?
Gut health, which is like a thing where like if like you eat bad stuff, it leaks through your gut and goes to your brain, which makes you like, it causes all these diseases. Like all disease begins in your gut. So if you literally have sugar, it's poison, it leaks into your system.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So any kind of sugar that you have goes into your
Refined
gut
sugar.
and
Yeah.
poisons your gut.
Because like it like sucks out the nutrients, and the nutrients goes into your bloodstream, and obviously the bloodstream goes to the heart and the brain and everything. So if you consistently have a bad diet, you're constantly leaking like toxins into your blood, and that causes diseases.
Thanks.
Don't worry, I've had a few coffees this week, so like I became like really stressed about it. But I was like, I need to drink bone broth.
Yeah.
Apparently bone broth is really healing, but
Okay.
like yeah.
What is really healing?
It's
Bone
called
broth.
like bone broth,
Right.
and like I got in trouble about it because like the person who's like my acting coach, well, she is my acting coach, but she's honestly been the most incredible person to me. Apparently last year she was like spoke to me about it a lot, but like all I took from it was that like you just have it after you break up with boyfriends. So
bone broths.
bone broth. So you like soak bones in water
Right.
with like herbs and stuff, I guess, and it's supposed to like heal all your gut bacteria and everything. And like yeah, so like I got in a bit of trouble the other night being like, this, look how amazing like this stuff is, and she was like, I've gone through this with you so many times, like honestly if you'd listened. And then she was like, I'm just gonna go compose myself and be like, great, you're finding answers. But like yeah, now it's like I'm terrified of having anything that isn't like organic.
Okay, so is bone broth organic?
Yeah, so like you soak a whole bunch of bones in water.
Can we clarify what bones?
Pardon? I think any type of bones, like chicken. I need to research that. I haven't got
What kind of bones have you been using?
like chicken bones,
Okay.
and like, but like I buy it pre-made because I'm lazy. And like you buy like the powders, and you just put the powder in and then the hot water, and it saves like a good 5 hours of like boiling down meat bones.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Wow, you're way into this whole organic health cooking thing that
Pardon?
I am.
It
I
will
have
only
no
last
idea.
for like a week. So
Okay.
so like in a week I'll be like, oh, I'm just gonna need some sugar.
Okay. Alright. So you get these bones and you make this
Yes.
bone broth.
Yes.
And then you drink it and
Yes.
it's supposed to help cleanse your
Yeah,
system.
it cleanses everything out. our ancestors, they didn't have coffee. It's because like our diets have changed so much that we get really tired and we need coffee as a stimulant. So we don't actually need, our bodies aren't designed to have coffee. It's just that we feel like we need it because our diets are so bad. Oh, my toothbrush is bamboo. So, so like you can get like bamboo toothbrushes that like instead of having plastic ones, you can just put these ones in the recycling, and then you're not like throwing away plastic because like toothbrushes like end up in landfill. You can't recycle them.